Hi and welcome back to our thrifty and frugal kitchen here in Brittany in northwest France. If you're used to my channel, you'll see that we share all our money saving ideas and tips. And if you don't, make sure that you hit the subscribe button and then make sure you come back each time. Anyway, I'm going to set myself my usual January challenge, which is as always to have a no spend month. That means we will pay the bills, we will run the car, but we won't really buy anything else. And you're going to be thinking like, well, food. We're going to make sure this month that our food budget is as small as possible. Because January this time, and it's the first time I've done this, and I do hope you share the journey with me, we're going to have a pantry challenge. And in a pantry challenge, if you've heard of these, it means you eat everything in the cupboard, everything in the fridge, and everything in the freezer. So come and join me this month for the pantry challenge. Okay, so I went into my basement, which is where I kept my chest freezer, and I made an inventory. I'm sorry I couldn't take you with me, but it is a dingy and dark place and you don't want to come down into the basement with me. So if we come down here, I made a quick list. So here's an inventory of everything I've got in my freezer. So there it is. I've got sausages, steak kidney pies, entrecote peas, stew, and so on. I know what's on my list. And you'll think, well, there's numbers next to it. I then know with its numbers how many meals I'm going to get out of each thing in there. So I've totaled there that I've got 40 meals in my freezer. That doesn't mean I've got all the ingredients for 40 meals, but I've got the most expensive bits of my meals from my freezer. So that's the freezer done. So if you're going to take part in this challenge too, you're going to need to get your pen and a pad out and do an inventory, first of all, of your freezer and find out what you've got in there and what meals you can make from it. Thanks. We're going to my pantry next. So, into the pantry now. Just as I did with my freezer, I've made an inventory of everything I've got in my cupboard. So I'm showing you this as one reason that somebody asked me how I organise my pantry. And here it is. It's not all of it. I have another cupboard identical to this as well. So I'm going to start off with everything I've got in it. Flours. These are really important things to have here. Part-cooked baguettes. Only 42 centimes from Netto. Not other supermarkets are available. Sugars. And then into here I have herbs, honeys, custards, gluten-free noodles, bacon ingredients, sauces, pickles, peanut butters, more spices. And here, this is a big part of our pantry challenge. So we have in here all extra proteins that we have, for example, sarrasin, we have rices, we have the pastas that we'll all need using up because it just seemed to sit there. This is the yummy bits left over from Christmas. So we've got snacks here. We only have a few people around with a couple of drinks, and we've got quite a lot of snacks. We won't be needing to buy any of those. Now, normally we don't buy anything like that, but we did for Christmas, and I haven't got one peep of guilt about it. Now here, back up here, these are all unopened packets. These are my open packets. So I have quinoa, I have chickpeas, risotto rice, some couscous, some of those very fancy chia seeds, and of course rice. And then in here we have our salad dressings and mustards all stacked away. And this salad came in that. These cheap boxes come from a shop called Action. Action is like a very cheap version of our French version, like Wilkinson's. It's very cheap. And at the bottom of my cupboard, I have oils and vinegars. And then in here, onions and some potatoes. And over on this side, tins, lots and lots of proteins in tins. We've got beans, we've got chickpeas, we've got kidney beans, we've got fish, and then the usual sort of cooking ingredients like tomato puree. So that is the pantry. Whoops, staggered to get up then. So that's what I do. I now have a list of all the food I've got in my cupboard. I have got another pantry as well, which I won't show you, it's not quite so tidy, that's got UHT milk in it, it's got coffee, it's got sugar, it's got all of those things that we have bought up because we've known with the, because it is 2020 and you know, you don't want to go out as much as you normally would. So that's the second, that's the part of the pantry challenge. That's also the inventory is done. It's a good tidy up. So I've got lots in here that I'm going to be adding to my cooking. Whereas I might buy potatoes, I'm going to be using up rice, I'm going to be using up pasta, those type of things to eat down my pantry. And I'll just finish off that then. Well, thanks for watching. My next task is going to be to think of what I'm going to cook week by week. But my first challenge is to actually eat down the meals that we've already made that are already in the freezer. So come back week by week and see how we eat down our pantry in my first 2020 pantry challenge and my first thrifty and frugal challenge of the year. Thanks very much, and I will see you next week.